Welcome back, everyone, to the next installment of Silence of the Spiritsong. Welcome back to Harlow and Enid. All right. Unfortunately, Kokoro will not be able to join us tonight, celebrating birthday with his sisters. Yeah, we'll just kind of move him off to the side for this session, keep him out of harm's way, and throw you guys into the line of fire instead. So last session, after the epic battle with Puki at Koji's waterfall, implications of what you decided to do start to sink in by interrupting the ritual, by preventing the Spiritsong from being transferred from Koji to Ruth. You have effectively killed it. There's no more Spiritsong. No one has it. It cannot be restored. Ruth is saved, though, and on her way home with Elder Padme, who promised to give you notice as to the safe arrival of Ruth when she gets there, and she herself is willing to face justice for her actions. But with the permanent silencing of the Spiritsong, Puki was able to complete another ritual that ushered in the enchant, diametric opposite song to the Spiritsong. Instead of instilling peace, harmony throughout the Dreamwood, the enchant now spreads despair, anxiety, and fear. And you could feel that as you traveled by swan to Datura. Below you, as the Dreamwood stretched to the vast horizons, you pushed yourselves to fly from the north end of the valley to the south. And in that time, where once the Dreamwood would lay out before you as a canopy of green lushness and verdant life, there now seemed to be a strange shadow hanging over it and over your hearts, and a sense of anxiety caught in your chest. And it grows over time. The skies, once clear, display a multitude of stars, now covered and blocked by threatening and ominous-looking clouds. You landed in Datura to see what looked to be an encampment of Ironclad Legion. Their tents sprawled out at the base of the mountains just before the entrance to Datura. You managed to avoid being detected by the Ironclad Legion and landed your swans close to the entrance to the Datura cave entrance. The swans were released and flew away. And before this cave entrance stood a couple of guards who didn't seem too thrilled to be here, and with a little bit of cajoling and convincing and shenaniganism from a few of you, you managed to convince them to leave, to take a little walk around the mountain, giving you an opportunity to enter yourself. You quickly realized that the entrance to Datura was blocked by this strange mist that seemed to have red veins pulsing through them, very ominous. And you could tell that this is not any sort of defense that Datura would employ. This is something evil. So, Enid, you summoned your faithful and loyal familiar to go check it out. And so you sent her in, and she bravely flew through these clouds. And you could see them trying to cling on to your little sprite as she flew deeper into the cave, chasing her as she advanced deeper into the cave. And by the time the cloud consumed her, drawing out every ounce of life from her tiny little body, she sent you this image of the remains of Datura. Carts overthrown. There are a few lanterns still hanging here and there, but the place is deserted, desolate, and destroyed. The caves do continue further deeper into the mountain, and you know this. They're vast and like a web of tunnels and passages and lots of places to hide within these caves. So there is still hope for survivors. However, you're also made aware of another entity beyond the mist. One, let me just actually show it to you. I didn't have a chance to show it to you well last time. This creature. Clearly a Vesper, but Vesper transformed. Translucent, ethereal, spectral in nature. And you could hear it scream in delight. Or something else. So you quickly retreated, and I think you also realized, Soto, that your two brothers had come by, but were taken prisoners by the Ironclad Legion and are now somewhere in the encampment. And I think that's where we left it. Bring you all back to the cave entrance, where we will now pick up our story. What would you like to do?
I think last time I saw the being through Estee's eyes, right? And then she like disappeared. So I feel like my senses are gonna like this, and I'm just gonna go run and start running.
I should also remind you that 3 of you are still exhausted. You have 1 point of exhaustion still.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
All right, so you are maybe 20 to 50 feet inside the entrance of this cave. Your vision gets snapped and shut off from you, Enid, as your sprite familiar gets consumed by this cloud. You're jerked and forced back into your body. You yell, run, and you all bolt out of the cave. You could see behind you the mist that consumed your familiar slowly encroaching again back to its original position.
SD deserves, I don't know what familiar sprites, but a cookie. I don't know.
Can we just, as we get to the entrance of the cave, before I pick up my glimmer box, because I left it there to make the image of the guards, just peek to see if we're running, but if there's anything obvious, anyone's on their way, I don't want to pick up my glimmer box and get rid of the image completely, if it's needed still. Just want to see if it's clear.
It is, in fact, clear.
So on our way out, then I'll pick up my glimmer box and take it with me, so the image of the guards will disappear at that time.
Okay. All right, so you have your glimmer box, you recover that. And the guards that were originally here still have a long way to go before they return. But they will return.
Okay. Enid?
Do we know why we're running? I think only Enid saw the vision, right?
That is correct.
Go ahead, Harlow.
Enid, what is going on? What did you see? Why are we running?
Just run.
Okay.
There's no time, just run.
As we leave the cave entrance, which direction are you going? Is it the same direction that the guards went?
I want to run like towards the camp, but in a way that's out of sight.
Yeah. I'm going to try to pull you slightly on an angle towards the direction the guards went, just so that when they make their way back in their circle, they don't come across wherever we hide, where they've already gone.
Can you roll a d6 for me, please, Harlow? Because I want to make sure d6 is on evens. They will be going in they would have left in the opposite direction from the camp. Odds, they would have gone roughly in the direction towards the camp.
Let's go.
All right. Roughly direction towards the camp. So if you want to follow where the guards went, you're going towards the camp.
Okay.
Not completely directly towards it, but like adjacent to it. All right. You make your way a little ways along. You guys are running. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me, please. This will be a group check.
Oh man.
Ooh, yeah. Disadvantage. Woohoo.
Oh yeah, we have disadvantage, don't we?
I think mine ends up being a straight roll because I have advantage normally on stealth.
Is it control click
Alt?
for disadvantage?
Control is disadvantage. Yep.
Control.
If you have
Okay.
if you have exhaustion already, will it automatically roll with disadvantage?
It should.
Let's see.
I'm gonna try it.
That's a 4, whatever that is.
No, mine just did it once, so I'll do it again. So it's a
Or
it's
6.
10 for Soto. 10 for Soto.
10 for Soto. Enid, you got a 6. All right. So you guys are not stealthy. You guys are stumbling over the rocks. Are going skittering down the sides of the mountains. You hear a voice coming from the Ironclad Legion encampment saying, "Hey, I heard movement up there. There's someone up there." And you hear a number of footsteps coming your way in a hurried fashion.
Is there like, so I didn't spend much time outside of the cave, but is there a place that I know of to hide? Like a little nook or cranny or a separate entrance into the cave? Just like something that's
Sure. This will be a separate stealth check. Okay.
Back into the cave. We're going back into the cave.
not back
Uh,
into the cave, but just
Some place to hide amongst the rocks that you know that is nearby. All right.
like a little fort area that I used to play in, or
Sure. I'll give you another stealth check. This is going to be another group check. If you're trying to hide everyone, Enid, you're going to have advantage on your roll.
it's just a
Because
straight roll.
So it's just a straight roll for you.
Not terrible, but not great.
So Kokoro fails, Harlow fails, Old Bog fails.
I know where it is, but everyone's like, why are we running?
All right, Soto, you actually did well.
Small.
However, since this is a group check and 3 out of 5 of you failed, the group fails. So, Old Bog, you do your best to hide behind a rock, but your big old antlers are just sticking right out. And you hear the footsteps marching right up towards you. And you soon find yourselves surrounded.
Sorry, I just realized I was muted when I said this, but I have a +2 to my stealth. I just rolled straight. So I got a 10. I don't know what the DC was.
DC was a 10. So let's see. Is that okay? That pushes you over then.
Okay. Sorry, I was muted. My bad.
All right. Despite Old Bog's antlers,
They
perhaps
blend in with some
look
branches. They're
exactly. They just look like
Yeah.
dead pieces of wood hanging out there. You find yourselves hiding behind rocks, a place that Enid knew from her childhood. You sneak behind like a little crevasse and hear the heavy footsteps of soldiers marching by. And one of them says, "I swear I saw a movement up here. Something kicked up the dirt here. Look around." And you hear a number of soldiers spreading out in search.
Merry and Pippin in Lord of the Rings when they're like
Yes.
hiding. I like it. Did the spectral Vesper that I saw rushing out, is there any sign of that?
Can you all make a perception check for me, please? Enid, you're going to have advantage because this is sound based. So it'll be straight roll for you.
Oh,
All right.
mine's a 13 then.
Enid, a 2. Okay.
And that one, yeah.
You're still spooked from your vision.
Yeah.
It hovered on a 19 and then rolled over to a net.
Oh
one.
no.
Your mind, emotions, stuff. It's fine.
All right. Old Bog, you hear one of the guards say, "This place gives me the creeps. Hey, weren't there guards supposed to be posted nearby here? Where'd they get off to?" And you hear one of them order them, "Get in the cave and find out where they went." And And you hear another one say, if they went in there, I don't think they're coming out. The queen's going to have our hides for this. Let's just say they got lost. And they start making their way back towards the camp.
How close together are we squished all behind one rock hiding? Or
Pretty much.
okay,
like
I'm
it-
gonna whisper, but you know how people don't really know how to whisper, like in a movie. Enid! Did you hear that they said queen? Do you know what that means? Do they have a queen? Is that... I don't know anything about the Ironclad Legion. That sounds interesting.
Notice that too. Except I actually whisper.
Enid, go ahead and make a history check for me, please. With
Wow.
advantage.
So straight. What does exhaustion affects all skill checks, right?
Yeah. Including initiative.
Maybe I could roll nicely once. It's like once.
What's going on right
Um,
now? Makes sense.
All right.
That
You
means
have,
+5. That was still.
while you were at Datura, there was some trade with the Ironclad Legions within the mountains here, but you weren't really ever involved with them. You never really saw them. You just knew that they came by every once in a while. You might have heard stories of a queen that they had, but aside from that, you don't really know much.
That's really interesting, Enid. That has really cool socioeconomic implications that we should look into later.
Patriarchies. It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna just try to like very quietly take out my notebook and make some little notes for myself because I love learning.
I know I already asked, but I'm just gonna pop my head out and look for any sign of the spectral vesper. 'Cause that's
another-
really what freaked me
Make
out.
another perception check. This will be just a straight roll. Actually,
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't take it back. Don't take
You
it
wanna
back.
take that away?
all right. No, I'll just say, okay. With that 18, you look around and you look for any sign of the spectral vesper. There's nothing. No sound. Like the horrible screech you heard when you were inside is now deathly silent. And that in itself is a little unnerving. But as your gaze scans down, you can, from this vantage point, you can clearly look down upon the Ironclad Legion's rows of tents below you. And off to one side, what looked to be a series of wagons. And in one wagon is, at the back of one wagon is a cage, so to speak. And inside the cage, Soto's two brothers.
Oh,
I don't even know how to describe. And I'm not even gonna ask. I'm just gonna grab Harlow's notebook and do my best to like try to draw what I saw.
Okay.
Not my forte, but just draw. Whatever it.
This is really good, Enid. Well done. Oh, that's
It's
so
like a little
pretty.
stick figure with bat wings.
In a cage.
That's the only wings you know how to draw. Oh, that's so cute.
How long do you want to stay hidden behind these rocks?
Not long.
yeah. I feel like one of old Bog's elbows is probably like in.
Oh yeah, my knees are locked up. I might have a tough charge. I'm getting up.
But
Let's go back in the cave.
I'm just gonna give Soto like a really pained look. I don't know how to tell him.
I don't think going back to the cave is the best option right now. We need to go somewhere else.
Enid, do you know of anywhere around here that's quiet or secluded where we could make camp and make a plan?
I didn't really spend time outside of the cave. There was so much inside it. This is the only place I really know of. We can not, but we could try to make some kind of camp here before we. I'll look at Soto again.
Would we have had a good enough view from our swans earlier to see if there was anywhere that was like enclosed in any way or something like that, like from above? No? Okay.
No, you guys are at the side of a mountain cliff, and there's not really a lot of places to hide aside from within the rocks, and but there are patrols regularly around this encampment. They don't want to be surprised, right? So they're constantly patrolling the area. So you'd have to go pretty far away not to be found or caught.
Why can't
I
we go
think-
back in the cave? I don't even know why we ran out.
I'll shake the
I think
this
Soto
figure with the bat wings at him again.
I think Soto recognizes that you have a pained expression on your face and would say, "No. Judging by Enid's demeanor right now, I don't think that's right."
Oh yeah. All right. He's pretty spooked.
In Wizard's Chess, there's a play where if you know you're going to be caught, you allow it to be caught, but you have a plan.
Ha!
We could go with what Kokoro suggested. We know that my brothers are in the camp. I could sacrifice myself. You all could say that you found me. You get in to get somewhere safe, and I can talk to them for information.
How would we get you back out?
Suppose we could figure that out as we go.
There's a few brains in this party.
Once we get into that camp, I don't think we're coming out.
I think it's the only direction we have at this point. Cat agrees.
She clearly has an opinion about this.
Okay. All right. If we're sending someone in and the rest of us are going to keep hiding, I'm going to see if I can maybe make something to help us blend in a little bit. And I'm going to take out my like scrunch crafting kit and try to just like weave together like some of the leaves and smaller twigs and like the grass from around here just to make like a little camouflage blanket in case we need to like quick hide later. It should take me like 10 minutes.
All right. Excellent. And there's no
What's
skill
the-
check involved in that, right?
No.
What
Just the
species
time.
were the creatures at the camp?
Gethin?
The goat
Okay.
people?
They were all Geffen?
Yes. Actually, no, they weren't. They were not all. The majority of them were.
Okay.
They had some other folk in there too.
Okay.
Could always turn me in. I don't know if that would offer any sort of mercy on your part.
Do they know who you are?
No, I could say I'm with the other two Strig they have.
How much do you trust your brothers to not show recognition on their face?
I'm hoping if I glare at them long enough, they'll get the idea. But who knows?
I don't know.
So caught in the first place.
I don't know if we have to turn you in. We could just. Oh, we're innocent bystanders. Ah, the mist was so scary. Please give us refuge from the scary mist. And also, we should probably start a rumor that'll really scare them because I think
That would be hilarious. However, I do think that it sounded like the guards were saying that Soto's brothers went in the cave and saw the mist or got close to it, and then they were, it looks like, arrested. So if we say we've seen it, similar could happen to us if we let them know that. Either they're just arresting whomever, or they're arresting people who get close to the mist for whatever reason. So I would be hesitant to go that route unless it was like just one of us, we're trying to get into the same cage as Soda's brothers, because that could work pretty good. And you said you saw them like close to the edge of the camp?
it was the last wagon.
Okay. What does how close to the edge of like the trees is the last wagon? Is it like close by, or is it like a big clearing?
It's a good 30 to 50 feet.
Okay.
It's,
Does it-
good chance you'd be seen. Plus, there were guards posted outside
Yeah.
the cage.
I was gonna say, are there like guard towers, or it's just really busy down there?
Yeah, there aren't guard towers, just tents, but there are guards posted at the cage.
Okay. Okay. Sneaking into the camp is probably not super likely. We
Unless it
could,
cause a diversion.
yeah. We are very good at being distracting. I will say that for us. What would be distracting enough to pull guards from their posts?
Hiding in plain sight, it seems.
A spectral bat.
Ooh. Yeah.
We have multiple means of creating facsimiles of that bat.
It's true. Okay, do we have a way to make it swoop in and make sound and move and stuff? Okay. So that could be a good option. All right.
Only for one creature.
We could apprehend 2 of theirs, try to do a prisoner swap. But I don't think 2 guards are gonna
Mm.
be enough.
Okay, what if we go with a diversion idea? I could create some guard outfits for us. We can have maybe Soto looks like his brothers. We can have it like 2 of us in guard outfits with Soto like in hand, create the distraction on the other side. Hopefully they'll move that way. Then as people get like distracted and pandemonium happens, then we can run in, try to undo the lock, and I'll run back out. We will probably need somewhere safe to run to, though. Otherwise, the whole camp will just start following us, and we don't have anywhere to go but back in the cave.
We better get out of here fast. As soon as they find out the prisoners are missing, go
Yeah.
on a manhunt all throughout the area.
There's really nowhere to hide.
Bog, you have the highest passive perception of the bunch. Believe it or not.
My big ears. It's my big ears.
True.
Your height.
Yeah.
You catch commotion coming down from the Ironclad Legion camp below. It seems like there's some activity. It's a little too far to hear what they're saying, but something is definitely going on.
A diversion might have found us.
Hmm.
Who's sneaky? Harlow, sneak up there and see what's going on.
Okay, I'm gonna
Put
try
eyes
to
on it.
get a little bit closer. Pull up my sheet here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak a little bit closer to where we can see there's movement.
You're going alone?
Do you guys want to be 30 feet back, sort of a thing? Whoever
Wow.
has.
How far up do you need to sneak to get a visual on it?
I'll say you need to be at least within 60 feet to get a clear visual and maybe even hear what they're saying.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I'm gonna use my sneaky blanket to be camouflaged. And if they like see anything, I'm gonna hide under it. Okay.
So this will be a straight roll for your stealth.
Okay. Still have a point of exhaustion on here. I'm not sure if it automatically rolls with
No.
disadvantage or not.
Just went flat.
Okay, cool.
All right, so 17. You sneak up towards the camp and you see what looks to be a Geffen commander wearing a half-plate mail, carrying a wicked-looking spear. And he seems to be berating the guards that had just gone up and come back down. And you can hear him say, "Get back up there. You find those other 2 guards before I discipline a lot of you. This is unacceptable." And he points at 2 other guards. You take positions up outside the cave. Nothing goes in or comes out. Do you understand? And they all nod and salute and start marching back directly towards you, Harlow.
Okay. I'm gonna try to kind of judge the angle they're walking in and try to scooch a little bit off to the side so I'm not in their direct path and lay like, I don't know if I can see some like more tangly looking brush and like sit there with my blanket over to blend.
Make another stealth check. Straight roll.
Not amazing.
All right, I'm going to make a perception check for them.
Okay.
Beats your 9.
Hmm.
So as you have your camel blanket tucked up over your head and find a little rock to hide behind, how far back are the rest of you? Did you advance to within 30 feet of Harlow, or did you stay closer, like way back into your safe hiding spot?
How far did she go from us?
Probably a good 80 feet.
No, I would have stayed. I can still
Yeah.
message her.
Yeah, I don't think we moved.
Old Bog wouldn't have moved because he didn't want to risk blowing him
Harlow
down.
did not check to see if you guys were following. She said, I'm going.
All right, so you're hiding, just waiting for them to pass. And you hear some of them kind of march on forward and say, you hear one say, hey, now, what do we got here? And you feel a sharp poke in the back of your ribs as one of
Uh-oh.
these Geffen just poke at your camouflage blanket.
Harlow is going to do her absolute best job of trying to make a cracking sound like a twig. This is my best chance.
Go ahead, make a performance check for me, please.
Russian.
This will be a disadvantage.
Oh no.
Control?
Yep,
Yeah.
control. All right, a 10. I'm going to roll their insight to see if they can figure out that this was not really a branch that broke.
Oh, come
It
on.
should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This is
Not expecting that to work.
Next thing you know, you feel your blanket being wrenched off from you, and you're huddled on the ground there. You're prone, and surrounding you are 3 Geffen warriors in chainmail.
Oh,
They have their spears pointed directly down at you.
hello. I'm Harlow. Who are you?
Who are you? How did you get past our sentries?
What sentries? I just walked up the path. There was nobody up there.
And then you hear the other one that you heard originally say, I knew I heard someone up here. See, I wasn't imagining things. There aren't just ghosts in these mountains.
There are
And-
ghosts in the mountains?
And one says, pick her up. Let's bring her to the queen.
Can I hear this?
Go ahead and make perception checks for me. A lot of you back. Enid, do you have advantage? Or straight roll for you, Enid.
Yeah, because if it's sound, then I have advantage.
Oh my god. I hear nothing.
Okay.
I am talking their ears off this entire time. You have a queen? That's really cool. I've never been around here before and I got lost, but I'm from the coast. What is it like having a queen? Is she new? What's her name? What's it like? Do you like her?
Old Bog, you are able to catch snippets of this conversation. You can hear that they've caught Harlow, and Harlow's trying to talk her way out of this.
I'll whisper to the others. They got her.
I'm going to message Harlow and just say, keep doing what you're doing, girl. We're going to figure it out.
I'm going to just nod in case they can see me as I'm talking.
All right. You notice there were 5 guards altogether. 3 of them have surrounded you. 2 of them are continuing on to replace the 2 guards that are missing at the cave entrance. So they're approaching the 3 of you, hiding in your little crevasse. But because you've already rolled your stealth for that, you guys are well hidden and camouflaged, and they walk right past you towards the cave entrance. Meantime, Harlow, you are escorted down into the camp. You're escorted back to that cage, holding Soto's brothers. You see them sitting there forlornly. They have no weapons on them. The great sword that Soto's brother had is gone, and they're just sitting there. But when they see you, they both stand and look at you. How did you get here so quickly?
Me? I walked. Who are you? How are you doing? Are you prisoners? I'm going to look at my guards and be like, you take prisoners? That doesn't look good for me.
Ulasar about to say something. That was the big warden dude. Is what do you mean you don't know? And then you just see Philowan just put an elbow into his ribs hard.
Shut up.
And Ulyssa just lets out a grunt. And they open the cage door and unceremoniously throw you in. By this time, the other two guards have passed the rest of you up there, Enid, Old Bog, Soto. What would you like to do?
We gotta go.
You're right.
Gotta break them out. Fight the whole damn army if we have to.
Let's try not aggression. I think that 4 versus an entire legion.
Oh, don't worry. You'll get your fair share. I'll get mine.
Yeah, one of them could look at me the wrong way and I'd feel over.
You just have to get to the queen first. Where's she at?
How far is the camp now?
Total of just under 200 feet.
Let's start walking. And as soon as I'm within, I think it's 120. I just want to keep an open line of message with Harlow. So I'll just keep messaging her so she can keep responding back.
Are you guys trying to sneak your way forward?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and make another stealth check, the three of you.
Oh no.
I'll certainly try, but at some point my luck is gonna run out.
Oh,
Go. Good job,
Hey.
go. There we
Well,
go.
hope-
That went.
Wait,
That's pretty
Bob,
good.
I did it roll disadvantage for me?
I rolled disadvantage for you.
Oh, good, because I have
13, 18, and 18. Good job,
Yeah.
guys.
That rolled advantage. Sorry.
mail on.
Oh,
It was a 14 plus 2, so 16.
16. Okay, it's still 16 is good. So, you guys, how close do you want to get to the camp?
As close as my message can go, which
All right.
is 120 feet.
Okay, it's 120 feet from where Harlow is and Soto's brothers are being kept.
And just checking in with Harlow. Like, what do you see? What do you hear? What's around you? Who's with you?
can I respond to this message? Hi, Enid. I'm with Soto's brothers, and I'm in a little cage. What is around me directly near the cage wagon?
There are two guards standing just outside the cage. One of them holds the keys for it. Otherwise, it's just like there are some supply wagons a little ahead of you. And just otherwise, just rows and rows of these white canvas like tents.
Okay. I'm gonna fill her in on that. I'm gonna try to just speak very quietly and be on the other side of the wagon from where the guards are, just so there's no chance they hear me. And I'm just gonna say, don't go crazy yet. They said that they want the queen to see me. I'm gonna try to distract and run if we can.
Okay. Another message. Why not? Do you think it prudent to meet with the queen?
Possibly. I'm gonna ask Philoana and Ulisar about it first. Message me in 5 minutes or 3 minutes, and I'll fill you in.
Can do.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna turn to my buddies here. What happened when they arrested you? Did you guys meet with the queen? Is that what happened to you?
Philoan is sitting next to you, and he's trying not to make direct eye contact with you, but he's speaking in a hushed tone. Is Soto with you?
Yes.
We arrived here, a day ago, maybe. We found the encampment, managed to avoid the sentries, and made our way into the cave to make contact with Datura. Our way was blocked by this strange cloud of mist. And as we pondered how to get past it, We realized behind us our way was cut off when a band of Geffen soldiers cut our escape, and we've been taken prisoner and have been languishing here ever since. We have not yet had a chance to meet the Queen yet. We do not know what her intentions are.
Have you heard any other information about what they're doing here or about Datura?
No, but by the size of this army, it looks like they are ready to go to war.
We know the bazaar was destroyed in Datura. Everything was overturned. We were able to see through the mist, but there's some dangerous creature. And the mist itself is dangerous. But encircling Datura, as far as we can tell, we don't know where we could go if we were to escape from this wagon.
Ulisar just grunting, and you look across Philowan to look at Ulisar, and you can just tell he's annoyed as all hell. He just, I told you, Philowan, we should have just gone through the mist and we wouldn't be in this predicament.
The mist
I would-
kills.
I'd rather take my chances with the mist than sit here and do nothing.
Go all in. You know what? I like your style. I don't know if it'll work out for you, but I enjoy a good story. You do you. I'm going to try to live. And I don't know, did you guys see anywhere that maybe we could run to and hide before you were taken?
Cowards. They're all cowards. And you can see he just shuffles down to the far end of the cage, totally disgusted with all the cowardly behavior he's witnessing here. And he's just moping on the other side of the cage. Philowan just turns back to you, and Arlo says, and Rashista, have you heard from her? Has Soto heard from anyone? Heard from the Yingxing research outpost yet?
Nothing yet. We went straight to Padme. We believe that Buki, the monster, now has the spirit of Koji inside of it, and that's what's creating. I'm going to let them know about the Eben chant and everything that's going on there as succinctly as possible. We thought we had been informed that we needed to come here next, so
it is true, the Spiritsong is dead.
yes, as far as we can tell, it is gone.
You can see him sit with that for a few moments, not knowing quite what to say next. After hearing your tale and the decisions that you guys made in saving Ruth over the Spiritsong.
To me, the thing that is all that's keeping this army away is that mist. If Ulasar, if there is a way that we can get through it, it could be a good protection for us. I would like to get out of here as quickly as possible. I don't know what it would mean if we go to see the Queen, but I want to see tomorrow. Do you think we should try to escape, or should we see the Queen?
Ulisar says, escape how? We're locked in a cage. I have no weapon. And Philowan says, they took something from me. I must retrieve it before we leave.
Do you know where they took it?
I imagine it is in the Queen's possession now.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for Enid to message me back and fill her in on everything.
At precisely 5 minutes, exactly.
All right. While you're... Sorry, go ahead.
I just said I messaged her, but go ahead.
Okay. All right. While you're in the process of filling Enid in, you see a bunch of Geffen approaching you. It is the High Queen herself, flanked by 6 elite guards. And she walks directly towards you. I'll show you a nicer picture of her. This is her hair. She wears full plates and beautiful kind of engravings on it. She wears a steel or iron crown and has a spear. Her fur is a beautiful kind of brown, tawny kind of colored, white face, big almond-shaped orange eyes. And as she approaches, all the guards around her stand at attention, and even Philoan stands and bows. Ulasar does not.
When I see everyone is bowing, I'm in a wagon, so I'm up pretty high, higher than her. So I'm going to get down on my knees in a squat situation and then bow my head. So I'm bowing, but more closer to eye level with them when they approach, and wait for them to speak.
She pauses in front of the cage and gazes at each of the three of you, her gaze lingering just a few seconds upon each, as you can tell she's measuring you all up. And then she finally speaks. We have a child, a diplomat and a warrior. Child. And she's looking directly at you, Harlow. Why do you spy upon my legion?
This is your legion? Your Highness. Thank you for taking time to speak with me. Honestly, your legion looked pretty scary, and I was afraid that I would be something bad happen. I think that's justified based on how things have gone so far. No offense. Wasn't really trying to cause you any problems or anything. I was just trying to travel to my next destination.
You
Things look
travel.
pretty dangerous around here.
You travel alone.
Not usually, but things are rough lately.
Philoan steps forward and says, Your Highness, if you might, I would like to introduce myself. And she just casts him a sharp gaze and says, I have not given you permission to speak. And you see a couple of her elite guards step forward and thrust their spears through the cage and point at Philoan. And Philoan takes a step back.
Why'd you do that?
I'm speaking with you, child.
I'm not really a child, I'm just short.
Can you make a deception check for me, please?
Because you're not really short.
I'm tall for a...
6'1".
Pretending to be short.
Okay. Deception is at disadvantage?
Yes.
Aw.
I didn't mean to make your saving throw. It's +1 anyway, so it's a 12. Where are your friends?
Genuinely, at this point, I'm not really sure. And I look around. Very genuinely, Your Highness. I don't have any reason to believe that anything good would happen to them if I did know and told you. So why would I?
She takes a step forward towards the cage, so she's right outside. I will not ask again.
I gave you the answer first. I'm just saying, you're not being very convincing. If I knew, I would probably still not say, but I split up from them, so I don't know where they went after that.
When I find your friends, I will bring them back to you.
But
Their heads on
why?
sticks.
Why? Why are you doing this? What's the point?
She's about to walk away when you continue pestering her with these questions.
Why don't you like kids, madam?
She pauses for a moment, turns back at you and says, Child, foolish child, can you not see that war is upon us? And everything you know, everything you love, will soon be nothing but ash.
So why make it happen faster?
Can you make a persuasion check?
Great at persuasion anyway.
All right.
And I just look like genuinely confused, like I'm genuinely asking this question.
Wait before your eyes. I am not the one to burn this forest down. But it would seem any who stand in my way, and that would include you and your friends, wherever they may be, as she gestures around the camp. If you do not stand with me, you stand against me, and I will crush everything in my path to defend my people.
Your Highness, that sounds like a worthy reason, but I have to be honest, I don't know anything else about what's going on here. I don't know why you think that we stand in your way. I don't know why that would be the automatic assumption, or why we're being arrested and thrown in a cage. You didn't even ask us anything. You just said, "Where are my friends? So you can arrest them too." It's not very friendly.
Ilawan steps forward again and says, "Please, Your Majesty, please excuse her. She's just a child." And you see the two guards again once more thrust their spears in towards him. And this time Ulasar stands. He was just been moping on the other side. And he looks at the two guards poking their spears and he says, "If you want to fight, pick one with me." And he steps forward and tries to put himself between the spears and Philoan. Queen says, "This is enough. I've wasted too much time here." She looks at the three of you and says, "Throw them into the cave. We'll see what the mist does with them." And she turns to leave. As she and her elite guard leave, you see a number of other guards approach. So there are a total of 6 guards now outside this cage, 2 for each of you. They open the cage door and they usher the 3 of you out.
What did she mean what the mist does? What mist? What's going on around here? Your queen's not very friendly. Do you all hate children, or is it just your queen?
One of
Just
the
never
guards gives you a hard push and says, "Oh, you'll find what the mist does soon enough, kid."
So it's all of you. Okay, got it.
All right. And so they start marching you back up towards the hill, towards the cave.
How
Back up
many did
towards
you say it was?
6 total.
Did they ever take my bag? They just threw me in the wagon as I was.
Yeah, they saw you as a harmless kid with nothing.
All right.
Where are we in relation to all of this? Because it
And
really,
And in relation to the cave, can we get to the cave before they get to the cave?
Yes, you can.
And is Enid relaying some of this? Does Bog know what Harlow is happening to Harlow? Did that relate through?
I haven't messaged Harlow yet.
Okay,
That
then
was
I don't
one
know
of
that.
the things,
And I don't know
but
that
I
yet.
was like where we are versus where the cave is versus when I would be able to see Harlow coming with.
So you are 120 feet from Harlow. I'll say that the position you are in, you're still a little way up the mountain. You're 120 feet away from her. You're 80 feet back to the cave. Okay. So from your vantage point, you can see everything that's going on. You saw the queen coming with her entourage. You saw this little dialogue happening. You saw the queen leave, and now you see the guards escorting Soto's brothers and Harlow out and towards you.
Is there a lead guard or is it just the guards?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Perception. Is this one sight?
Yes, it is.
So
Fog
at,
too?
at disadvantage.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Go ahead. You can all.
It rolled at advantage. It's a 9.
The 9. Yeah. No, you can't really tell which is the leader. Old Bog, maybe you might be able to tell. One of them is barking out the orders, telling them who gets who and whatever. But they look roughly around the same rank.
But we see them released from the cage and get escorted.
Yep.
Or walked towards the cave.
Yep. They're heading towards you now.
Can they see? Math is hard. Can they see the cave? Even as they're
No.
walking up, they see the cave.
They cannot see the cave entrance from where they are. It goes up and behind some rocks and whatnot.
How far would they be when they saw the cave?
Probably where you are, or maybe even closer. Probably within not 60 to 80 feet from the cave is when you can start seeing the mouth entrance.
Perfect. when they're at 60 feet from the cave, I'm going to cast Phantasmal Force on the one leading. Not like just the one in front of Harlow or like whatever. And make it seem like the spectral Vesper is coming out with the wind. And they can hear, so it's going to screech really loud and come out of the cave.
So you're going to, where are you going to be though? Are you going to stay where you are now?
No, I have to. Actually, I think it'll work. I have to be 60 feet from them.
Okay, that works. So you're going to let them walk past. So they'll be between you and the cave. All right, Ulbog and Soto.
We don't know they're going to the
We
cave,
don't know
right?
what's happening yet.
We see. Yeah, we don't. I don't think I really know. I don't know that they're heading to the cave yet.
You can see them coming towards you.
Oh, okay.
And just lean over to Bog and say, "It's your turn, bro."
I got this.
Yeah, so I'll cast Phantasmal Force. They have a intelligence save against a 13.
All right. So I just wanted to confirm, Enid, Ulbog, Soto, you're going to stay in hiding, watch them walk past you. Enid, you're going to cast Phantasmal Force when they're 60 feet from the cave of the mouth of the cave. You're 60 feet behind them when all this starts. Okay. Intelligence check of
13.
13.
That's a second level. I still have to cast it.
All
Consume
right.
Spell slot. Concentration. Is it concentration if they pass the check, or does it just?
You can tell. You make this Vesper appear suddenly, come as if it's coming out of the cave and rushing towards them, screeching and whatnot. And this, at first, the soldier stops in his tracks as he watches this thing come out, and the other soldiers is looking at him briefly, like, why'd you stop? Why are we stopping? And he just shakes his head. Oh, I thought I saw something, and they just continue marching forward.
You're muted.
Yeah, thank you. When I see this starting to happen and the guy first like stops and then it seems like he's shaking it off and he's gonna keep going, I know that my friends are doing something to try to help. And everything has been building up. We've had this crazy fight and I almost lost some of my friends, and I've been scared, and everything that I'm trying to do and asking questions is not working, which is the way that I have gotten through every situation. Harlow is freaked out and feels like helpless again. And it's like building up and building up. And when she sees him stop in his tracks and then shake it off, Harlow's going to think, no, that's wrong. And she's gonna use, without realizing that she can do it, for the first time, telekinetic shove. So I can use it on anyone I can see within 30 feet of me. They have to succeed on a strength saving throw of 18 or higher. And if they fail, they can be moved 5 feet either toward or away from me. So I want to say like toward me because it's like the bat is pushing them and I want them to be scared.
So when you see him stumble, or not stumble, but just stop and shake his head, you use your shove to pull him off balance towards you. He stumbles. The other says, "What the hell's going on?" He's saying, "What? What the?" And he says, "Draw your weapons, boys. We're not alone." And they all draw their long swords.
All right. Since they do that, did they have to take their hands off of us that they're guarding?
And they
All
make
right.
a formation around you now.
Okay.
They're looking outwards. They're not looking at you.
All right. As they do that, I'm going to back away to try to make a little bit more space between, so we're closer to the middle of their formation, and then backing away a little bit. And I'm going to try to like indicate to Philowan and Ulasar, let's get away. So yeah, I'm going to be like this. and I'm hoping to scooch between, sort of a thing. Are they looking like out in every direction or like toward where the bat came from?
They're scanning everywhere around them, outwardly, towards the cave, up the ridge, down. They're just looking for any sign of threat around them.
So in that case, I am going to pull out my bag really quick. I have a small knife. I'm going to give it to Ulasar. And I have, that's the only thing. Oh, I'm going to give my crossbow and some bolts to Philowan. They don't think I'm a threat.
Philowan just, I don't know what to do with that.
Okay, all right. Ulasar can have it if Ulasar can use it, but I just want them to have something to arm themselves. And then I am going to...
When you pass Ulasar your knife, he just looks at us, what is this? And just passes it back. He just throws up his fists and says, these are better than that.
Good God. Okay, fine. I'm going to get ready to run. And then I'm going to use my nail launcher on... So I want to nail one kind of to a tree. So is or something flat. So like they're stuck in place. So is anyone standing near like a stump or a tree or...
It's pretty barren on this mountain.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to lightning tether two of them together so that their movement speed is messed up. Hopefully as like an ambush situation, then try to run past in that direction.
Okay. So I'll move you back here. Which two are you going to lightning tether?
I think I'll just go with these two here on the left. Oh, no, let me shift T, right? Oh, it did. It just lagged. Okay, we're good. So these two. Okay.
I'm going to go up to this guy and punch him.
Okay. And I'm going to just say to Philowan, come on, and try to run in between, sort of here, and make a break for it.
Give me a second. I just have to roll some dice for Ulasar. Ooh, holy crap. That's going to miss.
Oh my
Good AC.
God.
But he gets 2 punches.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
awesome.
sorry. To the soldier.
Oh no, that was Ulasar's roll.
Okay.
So you just see him punch wildly at the thing, but he can't break through the guy's armor. Harlow, you cannot move this round just yet. I just want to. You did a lot of stuff happening. You passed out weapons and you did your
Gotcha.
lightning tether.
This is just my plan. I'm going to try to go that way.
Yeah. The rest of you, you're 60 feet away. You see all this happening. You see suddenly 2 soldiers tethered. What would you like to do?
One more phantasmal force. The one that is closest to the cave.
All right. That would be this guy here. Already tethered. Okay.
13.
13.
An int. Again?
How close?
All right.
That's crazy.
Like, at least you could beat it with a higher roll and not just beats it. That's just rude.
That's mean. All right. Enid, that's what you do. You try and fool another one. You just hear him scream out, what the hell's going on here? Old Bog.
Dash 60 feet to get to the ruckus.
All right. Which one do you want to hit? You can reach either this one or this one.
The one nearest Enid, the top. Soto can take out the one on the bottom.
All right. And Soto, you're going to dash up too?
Yeah, I'm going to use Step of the Wind to do dash as a bonus action.
All right. Then you actually have an action if you want to attack this dude.
I think he's going to go up to... Oh, this one was the one that Ulasar tried to punch, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. He's just going to appear anyway and try to punch this one.
All right.
Yeah, so let's just roll to attack then.
Okay. Volume. 19 is going to hit for 2 points of damage.
Oh, it rolled the dice, but it didn't come up.
Yeah, because you didn't target the dude, I think.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay. What is your strength modifier? Dex modifier, +3, right?
Dex modifier's 3, yep.
So 4 points of damage. All right.
Used my bonus action, so that's my turn.
All right. So you just run up and give him a good hoof as
Hoping
you reach
that
him.
Ulasar's looking, but maybe he's not.
All right. I'm going to put all of you guys into combat now. So let's start this initiative.
Oh, brothers.
Looks like soldiers are moving last.
Oh, wait, it is disadvantage on initiative if you have exhaustion, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
That's fine.
Roll again.
I think it should automatically consider it.
No, I
but-
have to press
Oh, okay.
control on it, but
Okay, no worries. Enid, go ahead and roll initiative.
So I was reading about Phantasmal Force. I was distracted.
Yeah.
Disadvantage, correct?
Yep.
When I hit Alt, it does advantage.
Alt is advantage, control is disadvantage.
It doesn't do anything.
No?
So I'm just gonna.
Just roll it then. That's fine. I'm not going to be too picky about it. All right.
And it's pretty low, so.
8. All right, but the soldiers are moving at 4. They'll be last. So, Harlow, you're up.
Okay, so since these ones now on the right are engaged, I'm going to try to move in that direction. And I think that's good anyway, because these lightning tethered ones will, if they're moving away from each other, they'll have bad movement. So
Right.
this may
Yeah.
make sense. Just get some space and probably be like maybe behind Soto sort of
Okay.
thing. Oh, there's Enid. Sorry, I wasn't zoomed out enough. So I'm going to go near Enid. And then I am going to, I have to keep my concentration up. So I want to be out of the way. And I think I will use, I don't want to focus on too many at once. I will maybe use my nail launcher on this guy.
Miss, unfortunately.
Okay. And then for my bonus action, I think I can do the shove thing as my bonus action. Yes, I can. So I'm going to try to do the shove thing again because I was like, that was cool. And I'm going to try to shove one of these ones that are in the middle above and below Philowan just to try to make them out of the way. So I guess this guy. Yeah, I'm going to try to shove him 5 feet away. So he needs to make a strength save.
No, he's going to
Yeah.
fail.
Okay.
So he's just shoved away.
Yeah,
Like that?
5 feet away. Yeah. And then, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. And I think I'll move a little bit farther away behind Enid because I need to keep my concentration up. So I want to get out of the way, and that'll be it.
So your lightning tether, it takes effect at the end of your turn?
It's at the end of each of their turns.
At the end of each of your turns.
So, like the 2 people who have the tether on them,
It's your turn, not
mine
their
as
turn.
well.
Not yours as well, just yours. It says at the end of your turn.
Oh, it comes into effect at the end of my turn. Yes. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
It's at the end of each of their turns that they have to make the saving throws.
So at the end of each of your turns. Okay, so first one will make save, fail. Second one will make it. However, they are close enough that this one will just smash into the other. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. Nice and quick, actually. The first one will be lightning damage. They both take 7 lightning damage, and they both take 7 bludgeoning damage.
That one's still alive. They're both still alive. Badly wounded, and I'm going to have you end your lightning tether effect.
Okay.
Right, so these guys are no longer tethered as they just smashed into each other and blew up. All right, that brings us to Ulasar. He sends a quick glance over to you, Soto, and says, "Nice of you to show up." And he sees Old Bog has that one engaged, but he doesn't want to disengage, so he's just going to attack the same dude. Again, is going to hit. And he will do 5 points of damage to him. And second attack. That's a miss. All right, Old Bog, you're up.
All right. Ulasar. Got it started. Old Bog will finish it. I'll swing with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't target him. Shit.
That's fine. That's a hit.
Ah,
5 points of damage.
die. End of turn.
That's it for Old Bog?
That's it.
All right.
Oh, I'm going
Enid.
to move closer to Ulusar so I can use interception fighting style.
Okay.
Needed as my reaction. End of
All
turn.
right. Cool. Enid, you're up.
I'm sorry I'm being so technical with placing, but could I have made it to like the front of the cave in the same movement? Like I'd rather be in front, like
In
in
front of them?
front of their direction.
So there's 60 feet. Yeah. You would have to dash, and you would still be 10 feet in front of the cave.
That's
You wouldn't be-
fine. But
Okay.
just like I want to be on that side rather than behind them. I want to be
Okay.
coming from the front.
Okay. So what I'll say is, if you want to get around them without getting some opportunity attacks as you run past them, you're going to have to make a little wider berth around them. So you'll lose another 10 feet of movement. So you'll be 20 feet in front of the cave entrance. Is that okay? All right. That means you're 40 feet ahead of them on this side.
Yeah. Let me see. I can't even see over there. There we go. And was that like before, or is that now like my turn?
That would be your action to dash to close that distance.
I just want to be in the path of how they're getting to the cave.
Okay. So you spend your action to just scramble around them up and off the path that they've made along here into some loose gravel and kind of skirt your way around, and you now stand between them and the cave entrance. Okay.
Yep.
It's Philowan's turn, and he's just gonna have his hands up in the air and says, "It's friends. We're all friends here. There's no need for violence." But nobody's listening to him. Soto.
Yeah, free action. He's just gonna say, "Brother, your silver tongue is not going to help you right now." And then he's gonna do his first attack and then flurry of blows as his bonus action.
A miss.
Okay, so he still gets to take 2 more. Oh, come on!
Oh, that was almost a D20. Almost a 20.
No. Okay, 1 more. This is so embarrassing.
There
Hey,
you go.
There we go. I had it targeted. Why didn't it go? It was a 2.
There's a 2 plus 3, 5 points of damage. All right.
Mhm.
All right. So you're slowly beating that guy up. Anything else from Soto?
I think he's just going to move around this guy so that he's closer to Philowan's side, just in case.
Okay.
That's it.
The soldiers will now go. This one here is going to attack you, Old Bog. You are the bigger threat at the moment,
All right.
and he will take 2 attacks. First attack. It's a miss. Second attack. Ooh, that might be a hit.
That's a hit.
You have a reaction?
Only when it's someone else. Interception works on.
Okay.
Fighting style
I
works
think-
on someone else.
Okay, I think you need to close a window or something. Does the window pop up for you?
Close. Yes.
Okay, there you go. All right. All right, so you'll take the 6 points of damage from that attack. Soto,
Hello.
you have 2 people attacking you.
That's cool.
This guy, take first attack longsword,
That's gonna hit.
4 points. Second attack, that'll be a miss.
Okay.
All right, and this guy from behind, first attack, that looks like it could be a hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, for 6 points. And the second attack. Miss. All right. Okay. This one is going to rush towards Ulasar. That's a hit. All right. And second attack. Nat 20. Ouch, that's loud. So another 6 plus 11 points of damage on Ulasar.
Wait, who? I can use the interception, right? If that's on Ulasar, I can use my
Yep.
reaction.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Features. Interception. You must target first. Okay, I'm targeting Ulasar. I just targeted Ulasar. Sorry guys, target. Ulasar. I don't know what I just did. I think I just targeted myself. Agnabbit.
There you go. You got him now.
Interception.
All right. You reduce his damage by 11
Yes.
on a single attack. All right. So you
Yep.
completely deflect the second blow, the critical hit.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right. These two guys that are badly wounded, they just got smashed into each other from a lightning tether. This dude here pulls out a horn
Oh no.
and blows loudly on it. And you can hear this horn echoing across the mountainside. And you got people coming. And this one, you are 40 feet ahead of him, Enid. Can't quite reach you. So he's not going to bother with you, Enid. He's instead going to turn back towards Philowan. Philowan is not resisting. So he's just going to grapple Philowan. Philowan is now restrained voluntarily. That brings us to the next round. Harlow.
Okay, so you said the two that I tethered initially look already like quite hurt.
Yes.
Okay, and Philowan's not fighting. Okay, I think I'm going to try to hit the closer one. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna try to tether the closer one that is with Philowan and this one near Ulasar. I'm gonna try to tether them together. Okay, and then I'm going to, for my bonus action, probably try to shove that guy, the farthest one, another 5 feet away.
So that's a strength saving throw.
Yes, and it needs to beat a 13.
Yeah.
So it doesn't do anything. And I'm going to stay. I'm going to move a little bit farther because I have range. So and I'm going to end my turn there.
Tell me how far away you want to move from the main group.
I want
Like
to
from
be,
Old Bog, for example.
I want to be within 30 feet of the guy that is closest to me that Old Bog is engaged with so that I can still hit it if I need to.
Okay.
But at the kind of edge of my range there.
So you're 30 feet, 90. So you are roughly 100 feet away from the camp still. All right.
Okay.
All right. Ulasar will go and he is going to try and punch this dude again. That's a hit. I'm just going to roll again for the other one to see if he hits again. 2 hits. I'll roll 2d6. 11.
Nice.
Nice.
6, 17 points of damage. All right. The first punch is enough to actually take this guy right out. So he's going to turn around, apply the damage to the other guy here. The other 6 points of damage, or 6 plus 3, 9 points of damage to this guy. All right. So you just see him, like, just clock the first guy. He just drops as he just makes contact with the guy's chin. Then he turns around and just with the backhand, just anime style, just with a
Hell yeah.
kind of close hangs him, and he just looks over at you, Soto, and winks and says, got one up on you, brother.
You didn't miss this time.
Old Bog, you're up.
All right, Ulasar's got this. I'll take 10 steps back, 10 feet back, and then 20 feet forward to this guy.
Okay.
And I'll do my charge antler attack. I get extra damage if I hit. Antler? Selling I'm not close enough. How do I get closer to this guy?
Oh, just move him a little closer. There you go.
This guy. Okay, antler attack.
Yes. 9
All right.
points of damage. Oh, you just skewered him, Old Bog.
2 extra d6. 2 extra d6 from the bonus action.
All right. Well, you killed him outright. He's hanging off your antlers now.
All right, I shake my antlers and toss them into the weeds. And I'll get right next to Soto or Philowan for interception reaction. End of turn.
Okay. Excellent turn. Enid, You're now in position. What would you like to do?
What I want to accomplish with my last second level spell slot is I want to make it seem like the mist is coming out of the cave, like, and through me, so that it's like, obviously I'm a Vesper, so that it seems like I'm in control of
Okay.
the screeching Vesper spirit.
All right. So this is another Phantasmal Force spell?
Last one.
Force and charm,
All
baby.
right.
And I want it to be like, and it's a 10-foot cube, but 5 feet from where they are.
All right. I'll make the intelligence saving throw. This is the one closest to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh
Fails.
man.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. Oh, Bog, you still skewered him on the original attack.
Okay, cool.
I'll cast it so that it registers.
All right.
Slot.
So, kind of, is there damage associated with Phantasmal Force?
Within 5 feet, it's 1d6 of psychic.
All right. Go ahead and roll the d6.
Woohoo.
All right. Enid, describe to me how this soldier dies from this panic attack from seeing what you just created.
It's just, it's psychic, but it feels like necrotic energy from the inside out, or like you can't see it, but it just like white, and then just collapse.
All right. So the rest of you, as you guys are slogging it out on the other side of these guys, you guys just see the far soldier, the one who blew the horn, just lower the horn, and you can just see it like turns like a pale white, just as if he's seen death itself, and then drop dead for no apparent reason. All right.
And then
Nicely
I
done,
don't-
Enid.
And so then it's just sitting there,
All right.
screeching.
Anything else? Anything else from Enid?
Nope, I just want to stay here.
All right. Philoan is just got his hands up. He's got his eyes closed. He's no violence. Soto, you're up.
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely targeting this one here, but we'll see. We're just going to do one. Oh no, wait. I lied. Yeah, just one unarmed strike. Previous roll of unarmed. Go away. Okay. I have to move it. There we go. It wouldn't let me do it unless I moved.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a miss.
Jeez. He's thinking about stuff. He's got stuff going on. He's missed many times. Just in case, for his bonus action, I want him to... Where is it? Use Patient Defense, which means I get to take the dodge action as a bonus action.
All right. So you're dodging.
Yes. And that is it.
All right. I forgot to do the saving throws for these two guys at the end of your turn, Harlow. Just since you tethered them, I'll do that now.
Awesome. Thank you. I wasn't going to say it because I forgot.
So the first one fails, and the second one
Ooh.
fails. They both fail, so they go screaming into each other. Go ahead and roll your
Ooh.
damage, please.
Okay. So they are going to take
Wow. Nice.
11 lightning and
Spicy.
6 bludgeoning.
Okay. So describe to me how these two guys collide and die. in this
All right. So
bolt.
they are both engaged with someone, one with Ulasar and one just trying to hold on to Philoan. And they are pulled towards each other, like backs towards each other, and are freaked out. And as they get closer and closer, the tether is like condensing and getting stronger and brighter. And as they are pulled toward each other, trying to lean away, the energy just like coalesces and like explodes, but it's like within them. And so it's like the veins you can see like bright against their skin are like this glowing blue electricity. And it just like sizzles and they fall.
Being just a single soldier left. facing down. The rest of you sees his comrades dead on the ground. But this soldier knows that reinforcements are coming, cannot look weak before his queen. So we'll continue to fight. He's got a dodging Strig next to him on his right. Dancing up and down. Little hard. Old Bog, you look like you're an easier target. So he's going to go for you. An old servant with creaky bones.
Old
All right.
Bog.
First attack on Old Bog.
Bog.
Oh my gosh.
Get bogged. All right. Second attack. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
He's a little disheartened. He's not going to do so well. Harlow, on your turn, you can clearly see that the horn being sounded has mustered a large force back in the camp. And you can see them rallying and starting to approach you. There must be at least 20 soldiers coming your way.
Oh god.
okay. I am going to start running this way. I have, oops, sorry, I was just trying to drag. I can't really see the grid, but roughly 30 should take me here. With my free action, I'm just going to say, soldiers incoming, we got to get out of here. And I guess I'm going to bonus action use my Healy boots. So I have the dash action as a bonus action. That should take me, to here,
Almost to Enid, right?
Almost
Okay.
there, yeah. And then I'm going to shoot at this guy with my, there we go, with my nail gun.
All right. For 5 points of damage. Is there any dex bonus to that?
I don't believe so. I think it should have automatically done.
All right. So 5 points. This nail nails him, but he's still, this is the first wound, so he's still quite healthy. Anything else from Harlow? Hey, Kokoro.
Yeah.
Where
That
am
will
I?
be the end of my turn.
All right. Ulasar is going to pick up one of the swords from the fallen soldiers around him and just purposefully, slowly walk forward and take 2 swings at this guy. Wielding it. Oh, man. That's a miss. Second attack.
Oh!
He's trying to look cool here, and he's just blowing it. Okay. All right. Oh, Bog, you're up.
All right, I'll swing. And I was trying to get a D8 for my quarterstaff instead of a D6 since I swing 2.
Shift. That's a shift attack.
Oh, let's see if it worked.
Oh, that's going to be a miss.
Did I still rolled a D6 though? Didn't. Anyway, okay, that was a miss.
All right. That's in the turn. And that brings us to Kokoro. I'm going to say that you are hiding someplace very well.
Fair. Good stuff.
You're not quite sure what's going on, but you see the bodies of 5 dead soldiers littering this pathway, roughly halfway between the Legionnaire, the Ironclad Legion's camp and the cave entrance. There's only 1 soldier remaining. He is slightly wounded, and you see about 20 soldiers at least mustering from the camp, ready. And they've already started making their way up. They are 60 feet. Yeah, 60 feet away from. They'll be here next round. They're dashing. They're running.
Foundry just crashed. We're reloading that.
All right.
How far am I away from everybody / people?
I'll say you're within 30 feet of movement from anyone and everyone.
Is anybody looking rough? What do we need here, people? Do we need damage control? What's the call?
Well, what do you want to do? Actually, I'm not going to let anyone answer that because you just burst in on the scene. You make a call. What do you want to do?
I mean, I would probably ask Lieutenant Baby for a report, to be honest. I guess I would trying to grasp the situation. I see there's soldiers down. I see one's up. I don't really know that the horn was blown, so I'm not really gonna.
You would have heard the horn.
I would have heard that. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'll Starry Wisp the person that is Soto's jiggling in my screen.
Yeah. He's juicing.
He's doing the dance.
Yeah.
Can't touch me. Can't touch
No,
me.
can't touch this.
Soda's had to pee for this whole combat.
Yeah, probably. Poor guy.
Let me pull up my spells here. Features, spells. Did that work? Oh, I have to target. How do I target again?
Hover your mouse over the target and press the letter T.
And that, I'm assuming it would be the one that has no token? Like the little shadow?
The green dude. Yeah, the green dude with the shadowy
then-
silhouette.
Press T on it?
Yep.
Okay.
T. Letter T.
Okay.
This,
Yeah, you got it.
Then I'll do it again.
all right. 8 points of damage. Do they get a
It's supposed to make
target's
a
one
big
down?
attack, but it didn't do the roll. So let me roll for that. I don't know
Okay,
what-
so you did. Yeah, you're supposed to attack with it. It's just not the damage. So
Yeah. Let me roll a d20 really. I got to attack with it, right? Yeah.
yep, you have to take. It requires a ranged attack. That's going to hit. I will apply the damage. So it takes 8 points of damage from your starry wisp.
And then I'll ask whoever's close by to me, is just, what's going on? What do we need? What's happening? Just came in guns blazing.
All right. Enid, you're up.
Okay. I have a really cool plan. But I don't think it's
By the way, Kokoro, I'm going to let you have the starry wisp this game, but next
Yeah.
game you're going to have to get rid of it because it is not legacy.
Oh,
cantrip.
is it not? Okay.
No.
I'll change it right now. I got you though.
Let's just do a firebolt. We'll do a firebolt. I'm trying to target him. Can't. So we're just gonna do a firebolt and you can tell me if it hits or not.
All right.
Until I did. I did. Shift T. What am I doing
Okay.
wrong?
Just you don't need shift. Shift is for multiple. You just have to
Yeah.
press T.
I did. Nada.
I mean, what color are you, Enid?
Maroon color.
Red.
You're red. Looks like you already have it targeted then. Or is that Caesar? No, you don't. So just hovering your mouse over the target and pressing the letter T doesn't put the arrows over it?
That's how I did it.
Nope. Let's try this one. Nope.
Are you in token controls? Like this
don't know
dude
what-
up here? Do you have that one selected?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, so it won't let you cast a spell without a target?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe
Oh,
just roll.
there. I don't know why that changed anything, but it did. So let's do a firebolt.
That's a hit.
Hey,
8 points
Solid.
of damage. Dead. So
Finally.
Enid, describe to me how you toast this last soldier.
How far away are the other people?
Like the other soldiers coming from the camp?
Yeah.
About 60 feet away.
Can they see the whole shebang of the? I guess
There's-
they couldn't because it was a phantasmal force, but just. I'm trying to look really intimidating and like I am the source of this mist and
No one else sees the mist. Only that one dude you killed with the phantom.
just like the
force.
mist in the cave. Like they know that the mist is in the cave.
Yeah, but they don't see any mist outside.
So I'm just doing that, trying to look powerful
Okay.
and intimidating and like I'm the source of all the scary, spooky stuff.
All right. I'll end combat here. And you guys now have a choice. The other guards from the camp will be here next round. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to wait for them to be here and engage them?
You said there's 20 of them?
At least. And there are more coming.
Oh my god.
There are literally hundreds of soldiers in this camp.
Into the cave.
Or you can run away and go into the cave.
To the cave.
Have we figured
Well-
out anything else with the fog in there?
No, but
I was hiding, so something happened. Like tired.
if
I was
we,
captured and they said that they were going to put me and Soto's siblings like into the mist and see what happens with
Mm.
thing. And then we ran off. Yeah. We were fighting the guards that were going to take us to the cave just now, and that's
I need an answer now because they
Okay.
will be
To the
here any
cave.
second.
Into
No.
the cave.
Into the cave. Can we
Yeah,
drag? Can we drag some bodies though, just so we can throw
No.
them in the mist? No, we gotta go. Okay.
Kokoro, do you have minor or major illusion?
I have nothing major because I am level 4, but I do have minor.
Can you make it seem like I have the spectral vesper?
I spooky up Eden.
You're
'Cause
running.
If we can,
Because you need to, you cannot cast
Yeah.
a spell if you guys are just bolting to stay ahead of these guys.
You're right, because technically it'd be an action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the minute that we stop moving, I'll do that.
and then you guys stay behind me. Just the point is to make us look really intimidating.
Can the guards already see us from where they are, or are they following the horn? Okay, got it.
You guys are clearly visible. They clearly see that you slaughtered all the guards and are retreating into the cave. They know exactly where you're going.
Okay.
Have they been in the cave before? The people that are chasing us? We don't know. Okay. I'm just going to. What? How long do you said until they reach us?
You are literally 60 feet ahead of them. So if you do not use your dash to stay ahead of them, they will catch you.
Oh yeah, no, I will be dashing into that cave. I'm assuming we're all going into the cave, right?
Yeah, that's what
we
you
did not
said.
play here.
All right. So you guys rush into the cave. You're about 60 feet in. You are very close to this mist now. When your pursuers are all at the mouth of the cave, they form up ranks. They block your exit, but they do not proceed into the cave. It's a bit of a standoff. You're caught between the mist and the soldiers.
I love me a good conundrum.
I would
And-
like to slide my glimmer box into the mist. Just slide it like 12 feet or as far as I can slide it reasonably on a cave floor. And with my remote, set it to ambient light. So it should do a 20-foot radius of bright light and another 20 feet of dim beyond that, and just see if the mist reacts at all. None? Okay.
You can see that the mist only extends maybe 15 feet. So like when you kicked your glitter box in, it almost cleared the mist.
Okay.
And as you guys are maybe not the full 60 feet in, because that would put you adjacent to the mist, how far into the cave do you guys want to go? Do you remember last time, Kokoro, you were next to it, it reached out for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay probably like 10, 15 feet away because I
Can
think
we
last
be
time I
out
was
of
like 5
sight?
feet away.
Is there a bend or a curve, or can we be out of sight of the soldiers that are outside the cave? Not in the mist, or is it just a straight corridor?
It's straight. At this point, it's just
Right, yeah.
straight. So you're 10 to 15 feet ahead of the mist. That would put you about 45 feet away from the entrance of the cave where the soldiers are.
So when I shoved the glimmer box into the mist, it parted it a little bit, like that air.
No, didn't part it. It just gets moved through it.
Okay, got it.
And it's odd because it's not like normal mist. It has some kind of viscosity to it. So it's odd, the behavior of this mist. It's not like fog or anything. It's more almost like a liquid almost.
Does it seem to be an end to the mist or no?
Yeah, it's only, like I said, it's only maybe 10 to 15 feet deep.
Oh, really?
So we can theoretically
So
run
it's
past
like
it.
it's like a 10, 15. So it's like a 10 to 15 foot chunk of mist.
But remember, when Enid's familiar ran through it, they chased after her and kept her enveloped in this mist and eventually killed her.
So the mist can move.
Oh yeah.
So we just have to keep on booking it.
Even if we ran through it, it could theoretically just stay encasing us no matter where we go inside the cave. But it seems like we have to walk into it to start that.
As you guys are debating what to do, and the soldiers have stopped, you see them part, and the queen steps in front of them with her entourage. And she has in her hands her spear and says, if I had known you were going to go running to your deaths, I wouldn't have sent those useless excuses of a soldier to escort you. But you have shown some strength, some worthiness. I'll give you one last chance. Tell me who sent you.
I'll step forward. Say, no one sent me. This is my home. I'm coming home.
She looks at you. Enid recognizes that you are a Vesper. And she says, I'm sorry. We did not arrive in time.
Oh.
And the rest of you? You are not Vesper. Where are you from? You come from?
Yeah, I got a question to war with.
Go to war with any who threaten our...
You back a critter into a corner, it's gonna fight back, but didn't want to do it. How many soldiers you got out there with you now?
There is an evil in this mountain, and no number of soldiers will defeat it. It has driven us from our homes, and I'm sorry it seems as though yours has been devastated as well. As she looks to you, Enid. We seek to find the source of this evil and kill it, and get our vengeance.
Burned down, but that's a different story.
My scouts tell me that this evil originated from somewhere within the Dreamwood. My guess would be the Jowa Evertree. I never did quite those who lived within its branches. You can see Ulasar bristle at that accusation. Tell me, you do all look, for the most part, like you are from Jowa. Am I mistaken?
I'm not.
I'll work there.
So you're spies.
You got us. Do we look like spies? Think spies would run into Spooky Cave with spooky mist? Your Majesty?
Yeah, if anything, we've done our best to avoid you this whole time. Not exactly spy behavior. But to be fair, I don't really know what spies are supposed to do. So I could be wrong.
For one so young, you certainly do know how to lie. So you have a choice. You can meet your doom by passing through that mist and share the fate of those who called this place home at one point. Or you can prove yourself to me. And she steps forward, holds her hand out, and the elite guard approach her. They take her spear away, and they start taking off some of her armor. And she says, choose amongst you a champion.
Ha!
Was she challenging us to a duel? Oh, snap.
Just one question. Did you see anyone when you got here?
We arrived here 3 nights ago. Our homes up within the higher peaks of this range fell to a strange illness. It claimed most of our kin. We are all that remains of our great tribe.
Why do you
Seems
want to kill us if we can just try to help you?
we're in quite similar predicaments? Who remains?
I need to see your worth. As the last of her armor again that gets pulled off her, she steps forward, takes on like a fighting stance, and says, so who will be your champion?
Bog will step forward.
I'll touch old Bog and pretend like I'm gonna go in front of him, but I'm actually gonna cast gift of alacrity on him.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds good.
You get a D8 to bonus to your initiative roll.
Can you make a sleight of hand check for me, please, Kokoro, to see if you can do this spell without being noticed?
The boy is a sneaky fuck. Let's see here. You said sleight of hand?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to use my Kenku recall ability for this to give myself advantage. Go back up here. Roll 2.
I'm going to make a perception roll for her. No, she does not notice the casting of your spell. All right.
You have a D8 to your initiative rolls for 8 hours.
Wow.
8 hours.
All right.
Ulasar steps up beside you, old bog, and says, I admire your bravery, but perhaps you might want to leave this to a younger generation.
Brother, stand down. He made his decision. Stand back.
May you die with honor.
Whatever.
Can I give? Can
armor.
Can I help him take off his armor and just give him a pep talk? Listen, you got this. I've literally seen you do so much crazy shit before. You Super Saiyan deer. You literally shoved an old lady off a cliff. And as I'm doing this, I'm gonna give him bardic inspiration.
All right. That's a D. Is that a D6? Still?
Currently, yeah, we leveled up, so it's D6 now. Yeah, D6.
All right.
To ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
And is the queen holding any weapons, or does she put down her weapons too?
They took her weapons. It's going to be fist on fist.
Or on antler on antler, perhaps.
Antler on antler. She
But,
also has a ram ability.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting.
So old Bog strips to his skivvies and puts his quarterstaff and dagger on the ground.
How are you looking health-wise, though?
So I'm just going to move everyone aside a little bit here and put old bog.
I want to be like coaching old Bog, like a boxer in the corner.
So Joseph's gonna stand in front of his brothers so they don't do anything dumb. Especially Ulasar. Come on, dude.
And you see here all of the Geffen just outside the entrance of the caves. They start hammering the ground with their butts of their spears rhythmically.
Old Bog just shakes his head. All this pomp and circumstance. He's shrugging his shoulders and shuffling his feet, and just another day at the vat.
Bog, she didn't pay Winnie shit. She stole the wine.
Okay, and you get to add a D8 to your initiative. Just go ahead and roll a D8, and I'll add that. So she still beats you.
All right.
I bet you get up to an 18 though.
Try
She'll
that.
go.
All right. I will use Brace. When a creature you can see moves into your reach, you have with the melee weapon you're wielding, is that my horns? You can use your reaction to spend one superiority or die and make an attack against the creature using that weapon. I don't know where that goes, but I'll use Brace.
Okay. But you are unarmed, right?
Antlers?
Antlers or your fists, whatever you want to use.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to double check what this feature does.
Okay.
And that is a... So she has to move. Okay. All right. So you are starting... How close do you want to start with her?
Pure melee. If she's rushing at me, I'm rushing at her.
All right. So within 30 feet?
Yeah.
All right. So she's going to ram. Use your reaction, first of all, before she hits with her.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Antlers. What?
She will ram.
AC 12 without armor.
That's... Hold on. I got to roll to see if I hit first.
Okay. I had a strength saving throw pop up.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make that strength saving throw. We'll apply it if it matters later.
You have
This is
bardic.
the ram attack, and the ram misses. But you don't take any damage.
All right.
And she misses with her ram.
All right,
It
and I burned a
is-
superiority die. But I missed with the brace.
But she gets a second attack.
Okay.
So she rushes up, tries to headbutt. She misses with that, but then she'll just launch a quick hoof at you to try and catch you off balance with an unarmed strike. That's going to miss as well.
Oh, it's not AC 12 without armor.
AC 12? Okay, we'll have to take your armor off then.
Inventory. Chainmail. Unequipped. Okay, chainmail off.
All right. So she would have hit with that then?
Yep.
All right. So that would have been 1 plus strength modifier. 1. Is it 1d4 or just 1? 1. All right. So you'll be taking 5 points of damage from
Okay.
that hoof.
33 minus 5, 28. Okay.
All right. You are up.
Horns.
All right.
Damn it. 14.
A 14 hits.
All right. And
7 points.
I will goad. That'll just give me extra damage.
Okay.
Feature. Goading attack. Target. Goad. Use. Wow! Another 8.
Nice.
Another 8 points of damage. And she fails her saving throw. And disadvantage on all attack rolls against other targets.
Everybody but me.
Okay.
But
All right.
we're dueling here, so it really doesn't matter.
Alright.
Just getting the extra damage.
All right. Nice. 15 points of damage on that round. All right.
All right,
It
her
is
turn.
her turn. She'll take another couple of kicks at you.
Holy Moses. Whoa.
Oh, man. You're showing her up. She's not. Oh,
Getting
with a 12.
dogged.
12 will hit, though.
12 hits.
Do you have a reaction?
No. Yes, I closed it. Yep.
Okay. All right. So you take the 5 points of damage from that.
Okay. 2, 23.
All right. You're up.
Antlers.
That's a hit for another 8 points of damage.
And I will use my third superiority die, third of 4, to do the goad and get the extra damage again. Still hover targeted? I do. Goad.
Another 8.
Another 8.
Just gonna say who pumped him up before the fight.
Ah! He is snorting phlegm out of his nose.
All right. Round 3, it's her turn. You guys are just like pummeling each other. So that's a miss. Oh my gosh. Next attack.
Hit.
That's a hit. There we go. For another 5 points of damage. Roll Bog.
Minus 5 is 18. And antlers.
That's a hit for 6 points.
And fourth goading attack. So this is my last use of this. Why did it make me do it?
Oh, you must have yourself targeted. But that's
Did
fine.
Target. All right.
I'll-
Yeah, it should have been.
It doesn't matter. I'll undo the damage applied to you there, and I'll apply it to her.
Yeah, I should be at 18.
All right.
And I will untarget myself. I don't know.
Okay. It is her turn on round 4. You have done a total of 26 plus 38 points of damage to her. She's looking a little annoyed, but she's going to change up her tactics a little bit and start using her horns.
Okay.
It looks like she was going easy on you with just using her hooves. Now she's getting serious. So one attack is using her horns.
Okay.
Wow. It's a miss. And then the second one, that's a hit.
14 hits. I am going to use my Surge of Vigor.
Okay. So you'll take 5 from that, but with your Surge of Vigor,
Did it roll anything?
Yes.
there you go.
All right, so I take 5 and I gain 10. So I actually gain 5.
Yep.
I'm net up 5. So I go from 18
The
to
23.
23.
Yeah. All right, Bog, you're up.
Antlers
That's a hit for 6 more points.
and Second Wind as my bonus action this time.
Okay.
Second Wind, use. Gain 11. So I go
Wow.
from. Oh, it already plugged it. I'm back up to 34.
Damn. All right.
That's crazy.
All right. So she's looking really annoyed now. You seem to be looking better while she's getting beat up. So she's going to ram you again.
All right.
That's going to be a hit, it looks like.
All right. Close.
So take 10 points from her horns.
Okay.
And then she's going to hoof you. That's going to be a hit too for another
Hoofs,
5
okay.
points.
All right.
All right, old bog, you're up.
All right, now I'm going to action surge and horns twice. Antlers once and horns a second time from action surge.
Not 20. Oh, only 2 points of damage though.
That's all right.
Can you add Bardic to that or no? Not damage wise.
I think
Does your Bardic, can your Bardic be applied for damage?
Ability check, attack roll, saving throw. Magical inspiration. If a creature has a bardic inspiration die from you and casts a spell that restores hit points or deals damage. Oh, you didn't cast a spell. I can only do it if you cast a spell.
I'll save the bardic for when I miss.
All right.
All right, end of turn. I used all my funny stuff, so now I'm just straight up antlering
All right.
my resources.
You've done a total of 58 points of damage.
All right, well, she's a tough old crow.
That's going to hit. And you'll take 10 points from that.
Still standing.
And that's going to hit. And you'll take 5 from that.
Still standing.
All right.
Antlers. Just once.
Not 20. Oh my god.
Dude.
For 10 points of damage. Holy cramoly.
14, right? Here,
14, yeah.
14, yeah.
Minus 14.
Koko's going nuts. I have a mage hand, like a foam finger,
Me too.
that says bog on it.
Yeah.
All right. And you get a second attack? Or bonus
No.
attack? No? Okay.
No. I don't.
All right.
That's it. All my fun stuff's gone. I only got one attack.
All right. With that last critical hit, when you hit her headbutt her with your horns, you draw blood, and her face, she's now got a bloody nose, or she's got a cut on her face. That one hit her hard, and she's bloodied now. And she smiles at you and says, "You've proven yourself worthy, warrior." She stands up straight and extends a hand.
Fuck it. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. I'll shake her hand.
Headbutt her again. Oh, I thought you were gonna.
No. No. He just gives a fuck it, and I'll shake her hand. Nothing to prove to nobody.
And she says, "You have proven yourself worthy to me and my men. I invite you back to camp. Dine with me. And we
Holy
shall talk."
shit. You serious? All right, crew, come on. Let's go. We're gonna eat.
She steps back, and you see her soldiers starting to put her armor back on and hand back her spear. And she looks back at you, old bog, and says, "Do you have a mate?"
I'll lean in, I'll whisper to her. It's been a long time.
"Come into my tent later."
Oh boy.
Sound check.
Oh god.
And you guys are escorted back to the camp. Enid, as you leave this cave, the mist mere like 15 feet behind you, you can feel see tendrils just reaching out to you, but not quite able to touch you, wanting to consume your life force and drain from you whatever it has. Can you make an intuition check for me, please? And this will be a straight roll.
Wisdom.
Yep.
Intuition. Straight roll. Let's go. Insight.
Oh, Enid. All right. When you're walking away, you feel just the astrolabe. Astrolabe. I don't know how you pronounce it. The one that Thadric gave you those so many years ago. The one he gifted to you. How do you wear that? Is that around your neck, or is it in a pocket?
Yeah, it's a necklace.
You just feel it for a moment, you just become aware of it. It just maybe like spins or like just runs against your skin a little bit, just for you to notice it. And you don't know if it's real or not, but because you've been casting so many illusions recently and this whole everything around here has been a little bit surreal, hear his voice in your mind. Enid, help us.
I don't know how. I'll say that out loud.
Philowan, who's been hanging back as well, notices you say this and says, "Are you okay?"
I don't know if that's important right now. Let's just go to camp.
He extends an arm for you if you want to take it. And he'll escort you out. Ulasar is going to sidle up to you, Soto, and say, "I saw you back there with the guards."
Oh, you were looking, were you?
I just wanted to see what my little brother could do.
Can't say it was my best performance.
We have some off days. I'm a little rusty myself, not used to the longsword. I need to put more practice in with that. But you did all right, and
As did you.
you could learn a thing or two from the old servant there. He held up his own end there pretty well.
He's certainly a marvel. I can never do such a thing.
Perhaps there's a warrior in you yet. And he just gives you a hard slap on the back. Give him the eye roll.
Oh, God.
All right. So you return back to the camp. And as you get back there, on the way back, I'm just going to turn this music off because it's no longer really relevant. I'm going to actually turn it right down. On the way back, Enid, Philowan says, "How fortuitous you managed to gain the queen's favor. I must retrieve an item from her of the utmost importance. If you could somehow include that in your negotiations with her, I would be very much in your debt."
It seems as though her tent is occupied tonight.
Do not disturb.
If the tents are rocking, don't come a knocking.
Now, of course, that's a rather delicate situation. I'd rather not think about. I was thinking more at dinner.
I'll try my best. She doesn't seem the most receptive. But
You
I
have gained
actually-
her. You've gained her trust more so than I have or ever could, and I recognize that.
yeah, I'll try my best. But I do have something to offer you. If you're interested.
Oh, of course.
And I'll pull out the sending stone I have with Rachestel, and I'll just say, I do need this back, but it is a direct communication with your sister.
Thank you. And he takes it from you. This will come in very handy indeed. The item I need to recover from the queen that she took from me is a shell.
Anything particular about this shell?
No, it's just a shell. That's all. But it is of vital importance.
Okay. Can I insight that
Mhm.
with my wonderful, beautiful rolls that just are so great?
It's been a long day.
I don't suppose there's a lot of shells in this area, so she'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's hard to miss. It's a small conch shell.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Of
and thank you
course.
for the stone.
Yes, I just need it back, but you're welcome to use it for its use today.
Thank you. And you guys are all escorted to the biggest tent in this camp, the queen's tent. And a table is laid out for all of you there. And she invites you all to sit. She has some physicians come in to help tend your wounds. You are all healed fully. All your hit points are recovered as they tend to her wounds too. And as she sits there and she kind of pats a pillow next to her for you, old Bog,
You still have that bardic.
I know, right?
You have proven yourself worthy. It would seem that we share a common foe. I do not know what has caused the undead to rise as they have, but they are a clear and present threat. It seems to all of our communities.
Nope.
But my army, we cannot fight ghosts. And that is where I think you might come in handy, and we can help each other. There is an evil inside this mountain. I believe an evil that has drained the life from not only your home, Enid, but others as well, including my own. And I would like for you to destroy it.
My queen, what about us appears to you as capable of handling something that is untouchable?
You killed 6 of my soldiers, and your champion put up a good fight. I've seen the heart in you and your talents, as deceitful as they might be, as she looks over at you, Harlow. But you each have your own talents and gifts, of which none of my soldiers possess.
Any information, obviously, would be helpful. I think that I need to help my kin. And I think that closely aligns with your goal as well. I just don't know how.
There is a mist that lies within the caves that acts as a barrier, preventing life from entering the caves. We have some pack animals that we can send in as bait to preoccupy the mist, allowing you entry.
Okay.
Does the mist seem to keep returning to the same part of the cave, creating the barrier in the same location when after it's followed pack animals or whatever? Have you tried this before and it just keeps returning to the same location?
Yes. It does not take long for this mist to consume its prey. But we can keep it occupied for a few rounds, enough time for you to pass through.
Have you not tried this yourself if you already have the strategy?
We have. And none of my soldiers that I have sent in have returned. I am not saying that this will be a simple or easy task. Of course, it will require great bravery and great talent, of which I believe your group has. And she looks at you, Enid, and says, since the necromantic wars, our peoples have come to find peace and trade. I will not make the same mistakes that my ancestors made in aligning ourselves with the evil that now corrupts the Dreamwood and the mountains themselves.
That's heartening. It's something we can do alone.
Sorry, I had something in my throat.
So it is agreed then. Take your rest tonight. And she looks over at you, old bog.
No rest for old Bog.
And in the morning, we will escort you to the mouth of the cave. But tonight, we feast and celebrate life while we have it. And she just grabs your thigh hard, old bog.
Bog tenses up like a schoolboy.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk to the queen about? We're done.
I want to talk to Soto first.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Yes, Enid.
Your brother, Philemon,
What about him?
what does he do exactly?
He's a diplomat by trade. He uses pretty words. That's all I know.
Have you ever seen him maybe with a book of magic, or are you well versed in the kinds of things he reads or studies?
No, before this adventure, we had not had contact in some time. My sister was the one that was a wizard. He didn't show any sort of interest or capability for magic.
Okay. Do you know anything about a personal item of his?
No, he hasn't mentioned anything like that to me.
Nothing that was of great importance or.
Never, no.
All right, then. I'm gonna go catch the queen before I can't anymore.
Has he burdened you with anything?
No, actually, I offered him the sending stone to talk to Rochester if you were interested in connecting.
That's very kind of you, considering all that's happened to you.
Of course, I miss my family too.
I may have walked parallel paths with mine up until now, but I suppose we can all change.
I hope so. I don't know what Rochester is up to, but maybe you can listen in, let me know how things are going out there. If it's not too private or family stuff.
I will, and I will let you know if I can share anything.
Thank you. And then I'll just sulk away
It's like,
towards the
know,
queen.
While we're still at dinner, I want to lean past Old Bog and try to like get the queen's attention and be like, "How old do you think I am?"
I have not met many Mapak in my years, but I would place you at 10.
Why?
Your size, your stature, your demeanor
Hmm.
all point to an immature young child.
So I seem immature.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
She looks a little surprised at that and says, do Mapak mature slowly?
We mature more quickly than some. Most are around my height or shorter, but it seems like a lot of people have been giving me the stink eye like you did earlier, and I'm wondering what it is that I'm doing that's making people think that I'm like babyish or whatever. So I thought I'd ask because I figured you don't really hold back. So you'd be the right person to ask.
You simply just seem, what is the right word? Naive.
Naive. In what way? And I have my book out and I'm like taking notes on everything she says. Learning is bad here?
Not learning is not bad, but perhaps the way you go about it could be modified so that you don't come across as someone so eager.
What's wrong with being eager?
It is like walking into a room of wild boars covered in honey and naked. You
Are they
expose
naked or
yourself.
me?
No, my dear, you are.
Okay, thank you.
And it is exposing you to threats and dangers and the proclivities of those who might want to take advantage of you. Naive. Hold your cards a little closer to your chest.
Thank you for telling me what you think. And I'm going to go back to my notes and write that down. I'm like just taking notes. I'm like, I'm learning about people's opinions. I just wanted to know. And I'm happy with that, as if we never had the conversation and I'm just writing things and eating.
Right, Kokoro, what are you up to during dinner?
I'll probably just start playing Careless Whisper on my shamisen.
Can you make a performance check for me?
Oh my god. Incredible.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow, you're getting everybody in the mood, man. That's just like that.
Whoa.
And Oath Bog, what are you up to?
As he gets up to follow the queen out of the tent, he looks back at his friends and winks and says, "Taking one for the team."
go.
I give him another bardic, and
Let's go.
I figure the other one's already gone. This is beaver eating and shit.
All right. But before the queen leaves, Enid, is there something? Did you want to actually talk to her?
Is she? So, quick question: in the tent that we were, is there like a separate room where she sleeps, or this is like, or like we will all leave the tent for them to?
You will leave the tent. Yeah, old bug, you're not going anywhere.
Oh.
You're in her tent already, and the rest of everyone.
Is there anything in this tent that like would catch our eyes as far as something that might help, or something that looks out of place, or anything?
You do notice sitting on one of her shelves what looks to be a glass case, almost like I don't know if you've ever seen like those anniversary clocks with just like the glass kind of dome around the mechanism. But inside, instead of a clock mechanism, is a conch shell.
Does it look like the shells that we've seen before?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I would know because I minor illusion them all the time.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
Yeah.
20. Nicely done. Yeah, it just looks like a bigger version of it.
Okay. I feel like I'll bring Soto with me on this. Can I borrow you for a second?
Yes. What do you need?
Do you remember where we see these shells? We saw these shells inside of Pookie. We saw these shells anywhere that there's like undead and shenanigans. Doesn't that look? I'm pretty sure that looks just like that, right?
Does look rather familiar, yes.
Queen, Your Majesty, I question.
All right. She breaks away from whispering sweet nothings in old Bog's ear.
Apologies for the distraction. I'll continue the musicality in a second. Just could not keep my eye out of that glass case that you have over there. I've seen those before, but never that big. Where did you find that?
It was on the diplomat's persons, and I have kept it here. Oh, you also see Ulasar's sword there, but which has been returned to him. And he's holding it like a baby is with dinner. But when she mentions the word Philoan, you glance around the room and you realize Philoan's not in the tent with you.
Oh my god, what is my brother doing?
Is there any reason why it's covered in a case? Does it make noise? Is it...
My hedge mage did detect some sort of magical aura about it, and he told me it would be safe and closed within this case.
We've seen those before. And it's magical, but it's bad magical. It's necromantic in nature. We've seen it affect different creatures and different things in different ways, and it's not something that you would want getting in the wrong hands.
She looks at you. Can you make
I'll
a
minor
persuasion?
illusion one of the ones that we've seen.
Okay, can you make a persuasion check for me, please?
So it's like really obvious that Philomon's not in the room.
Yes.
Okay.
Where's my thing at? Okay. I'm going to do this at advantage as well. Use my second Kanku recall.
18. And she looks at you and concern crosses her face. What do you mean necromantic magic? Why would the diplomat be carrying such an artifact?
I have no idea. I've never met that diplomat before. This is the first time I've ever seen him.
So I was panicking internally right now.
I will tell you that as a group, you've recognized her skills. You've recognized what we can do. We have seen many things, witnessed a lot of things, and then I'll minor illusion the shells that we've seen. And what I'll do is I'll use my mimicry to make the sound that we would hear come out of the bells.
What necromantic power, like what happens when these sounds are made?
Bad things. Creatures become not themselves, act and behave in erratic and dangerous manners. And if you can keep that safe, don't let anybody touch that. At least not until we come back from the cave. That'd be great.
Of
But
course.
if you don't trust anybody. That should never leave your sight. And we'd be more than happy.
A single shell cannot make a noise, though. Truly that dangerous on its own?
From what I've seen in my experience, I haven't seen a shell that looks like that has done any good. And to my knowledge, we're nowhere near a beach, are we?
No. And she looks across all of you and says, are any of you able to understand arcane things better than our sorry excuse of a edge mage?
Just like look off. You saw. Actually, Queen, that leads me to share with you that a diplomat asked me in particular to ask for the return of the shell to him.
She calls out, guards, find the diplomat. Bring him here.
So George is gonna put his face in his hands.
I'll put my hand around Soto and be like, listen, you gotta talk to your brother because this is some shit.
I think there needs to be some kind of intervention here.
Ulasar.
What in the shell is going on?
But also, Your Majesty, where is your mage? It would help for me to be able to speak with them.
I'll find him. Guards, send in for the mage. And you see a guard leave.
And I start setting up for Identify without even asking her.
All right. Ulasar is just looking at you. What's going on? Why is Philoan being accused of being a necromancer?
Where did he go? Where is he?
I don't know. I'm not my brother's keeper.
I know you're not, but he was sitting next to you, wasn't he?
I thought he had to use the latrine.
Has he ever mentioned anything about some strange shell or any sort of magic to you? You know him better than I do.
No, I don't understand half the words he says. So, no.
You need to help me find him. I don't know what's happening, but it could be bad.
What kind of trouble is he in?
It's a very long story, and I don't know if he's connected, but right now I can't take any chances.
And he throws a hefty arm around you and pulls you in for an arm hug.
Oh, that's nice.
And then he gets up, throws the sword over his back, and says, Your Majesty, we shall find our brother and find the answer to this.
Can I want to message Phelon if he's within 120 feet.
Okay. Do you need sight for message?
No.
No, you don't. Nope.
Just have
Okay.
Wait.
So send a message out.
To just in case.
Mhm.
And just say, I have the shell. You'd like to trade.
He says, you hear, there's a pause and then a voice, but it sounds very soft and almost as if he's distant, which is odd because it's just in your head, right? But you hear him say, excellent. Bring it to the edge of camp as soon as you can. Near the cages where I was being held.
Message again. How long will it take? How long would it take me to get there? 5 minutes?
5 minutes, yeah.
I'll see you in 5.
Excellent. I'll be waiting. Oh, and I would appreciate discretion in this matter.
Yes, of course. Another message.
Okay.
Of course.
You tell anyone you've been messaging with him?
Yep. Immediately to Soto. I feel that I have created a schism in your familial relationship, and I must apologize. But
It was already tarnished to begin with. This doesn't change anything.
Your brother will be at the edge of camp by the cages in 5 minutes.
Ulasar, we have to go.
Hopefully you find him before the queen does.
There's no luck, man.
All right. Ulasar says, come, brother. That is, find her brother.
Can I follow behind them?
All right. Go ahead. Make a stealth roll. Go for it.
I was going to say the same thing. Can I also follow? Maybe separately, even from Kokoro?
Sure. Making a separate stealth roll.
We try.
Juice. 21.
Nice.
I want to keep like
Harlow, as you try and sneak out of the tent, you can see it. Oh, child. Oh, I'm sorry, Harlow. Where are you going?
I was going to practice all these lines I was writing that sound more adulty than what I was saying before.
No, I don't know. Dinner has not even concluded yet, and I'd like to know the findings of this shell. Please stay. I'll bring it. I'll have a cake prepared for you. You like cake, don't you?
Plain, if you please.
Very good. And Enid, you prepare your identity spell, and you're about halfway through the ritual casting of it when the guard enters and says, "The mage has arrived," and the tent flap opens, and walking through he is much older now since you last saw him. His quills are all gray, and he's walking with a hunched back, and he has a cane, or more like a staff at this point, and says, "My Majesty, you summoned." And then he sees you, Enid. And he drops his staff and hobbles towards you, arms outstretched.
I break the ritual immediately. And I just run up to him. Give him a huge hug.
You embrace each other, and you can feel how brittle his bones feel. You can't squeeze too hard, or else you feel like you're going to break him. He's so old and fragile now.
Did you get my letter?
No, my dear. What letter? Oh, never mind the letter. You're here now. What adventures you must have seen.
Patrick, there's 10 years of things I need to tell you, but right now we need to figure out what this shell is.
Oh, yes, the shell. I could feel dark magic about it, but I could not fully comprehend its origin or its nature. I advised the queen to protect it with a glass cage. But then he leans in towards you and says, "Honestly, I just did that to make her feel better because I have no idea what that does, but please don't tell her that."
Oh, dark magics, you're so smart. That's a very difficult thing to discern. Can you help me? And then I'll start
anything.
setting up the ritual again.
Anything for you, dear. And he comes by, and he moves like as if he's moving in slow motion, and he ends up just stopping to watch you as you prepare the ritual and cast your spell. And you can just see him. He is in complete and utter awe of you now, as he just sits there and watches you, like pure joy on his face.
I'll have him sit next to me. He can't do much, but he needs to sit next to me.
All right, he'll do that. And you can see
just cast Identify on it.
All right. Soto, you and Ulisar are heading out to the cages. I'm just going to move you off here.
Yep.
Queen is not letting old Bog go anywhere else but closer. Philoan is missing. Thadric is next to Enid. Harlow, you're eating cake next to the queen. Kokoro, you're sneaking off after Soto and Ulisar. All right. As you finish casting your Identify spell, Enid, there are a couple of things you realize. There is certainly the stench of necromantic magic on this shell. But it is different than the others. Whereas the other shells seem to be involved with the summoning or creation of undead creatures, this is a little different. You feel as though it is from the same islands that the other shells were from, the Outer Isles. Its magic has been corrupted and bent towards the will of the necromancer. But you realize it is a gateway. It is a teleportation device that will take you to him. By blowing on the conch shell, anyone within like a 10-foot radius of you will be teleported to the island that the shell originated from.
Shit.
Indeed.
All right, I'm going to switch back to Soto and Ulisar.
Oh boy.
You make your way to the cages. There's no one there. The cages are empty. Go ahead and make a perception check, Soto.
Okay.
Oh, you can take all your exhaustion off too.
Oh, thank you. Can
Yeah.
I still take the never mind.
We'll take the first roll. It's still a 6. Oh no, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong roll. First roll is an 18. All right.
Yeah. Can I still take the Yay, thank you.
Yeah. You look around and you don't see anything. The only thing that's odd, you don't see anyone. You're like at the edge of the camp, the edge of the torchlight. The only thing is a snake moving through the grass.
Yeah, snake all right. Anyway. Just a snake just going away, wriggling away.
Just moving through the grasses at the edge of the camp.
Okay. Can we follow the snake?
All right, you try to follow the snake into the forest, and Ulisar is looking at you. He has no idea what you're doing. He says, where are you going, brother? We were told that you would come here.
Just follow me, please. Please stay by my side for now.
He just picks up his sword and follows you. Can you make a survival check for me, please, Soto?
Gladly.
Hold on, I'm going to take this exhaustion off you first before.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. Oh, come on. That was a nat 1. That was horrible.
All right. As you start moving to where you saw the snake last, it disappears into the long grasses at the edge of the forest. And Ulisar is standing next to you with his great sword in his hand. Says, "What are we looking for, brother?" He says, "Nothing but grass and bamboo."
I saw a snake. It just looked unusual. Do you see anything else?
He peers off into the darkness. I'll make a roll for him to see if he sees anything.
Come on, be big brain for once.
And he just looks into the... You mean that snake?
Yes, I assume it's the same one I was trying to look at, but anyway.
Would you like me to kill it for you, brother? And he pulls out his great sword and moves towards it.
No, I just wanted to see where it was going. I don't want to kill it.
Can you make a persuasion check for me, please? Oh, boy. All right. Ulisar is raising his sword. He's about to strike down on this snake when you say you'd like to not kill it. And the next thing you know, instead of a snake in the grass, you feel one lying on the ground, prone with his arm up. Ulisar, what madness is this? Don't. And Ulisar takes a step back, surprised.
What are you doing?
One gets to his feet and says, "I was waiting for your friend."
As a snake, brother?
Yeah, I suppose I have some explaining to do there.
Much. Start talking. You're good at that, aren't you?
It would seem I have an innate ability for shape changing.
And when did that begin?
Not that long ago. Anyway, enough about me.
Oh no, this is all about you. You both promised me we would start over. You are lying, you are hiding something, and you will tell us what that is.
I'm like 30 feet away from them, hiding.
Getting all the family tea right now.
Look, brother, this is not what it seems. It really isn't. I can explain everything. I just need your friend, the Vesper. She was going to bring something to me.
And what would that be? Why are you burdening her with this? You could have asked me. Do you not trust me?
Clearly, you don't trust me.
Touché. What is it you needed?
I was hoping to spare you from this, but it is a shell. That is all.
That is all. You wouldn't go out of your way to do all of this for just a shell.
Obviously, it is a shell of great importance. With everything going on in the Dreamwood these days, And all this talk of shells and whatnot, I thought it was important.
To what end, brother? Just tell me what you're doing. We risked our lives for you.
I wish to find who is behind this enchantment. I feel that if we were able just to talk, we could reach some sort of diplomatic agreement and end this conflict, and there would be no requirement for a war that would spread through these forests like wildfire and destroy everything in its path.
I respect your intent, but words can't solve everything.
But we must try before we raise swords.
We could have tried together. You went behind our backs.
I'm sorry. My intention was not to deceive. My intention was to avert war.
So what will you do now, then?
Your friend, Enid, said that she would be here very shortly. And once we have the shell, we can... It's very dangerous and should not be in the hands of the queen. If she had any idea as to the possible powers within that shell, I'm afraid to know how she could be tempted by it.
I don't know how your honor stacks up to hers.
We are brothers. That must count for something.
I thought it did.
I'm sorry. Here we are, and let's just wait for your friend to arrive, and we can all get this settled.
Is he still on the ground?
No, he
Okay.
got up and he dusted himself off.
He's going to ask Ulasar, what do you think of all of this, brother?
He just looks at Philowa and says, "You're a snake?"
In more ways than one.
Philowa says, "That is one of the shapes I can take. But yes, let's wait for your friend." Kokoro, you have heard all of this, by the way.
Yep. And I'm gonna walk in right as it says "wait for your friend," and I'm gonna say, "Soto."
Kokoro, what are you doing here?
Sorry, Enid sent me. She said that you were looking for this, and I'm gonna minor illusion shell.
What is that?
It's the shell that the queen said that your brother brought it here. We gave your other brother his sword back, and this was something that Philowan had brought in with the camp with her. Doesn't it look familiar to you?
One's looking at you and says, "I had asked for discretion, and now half the camp seems to know."
This is a pretty big shell, brother, and there's no beach around, so discretion's gone.
Please, just return it to me, please.
I don't see your name on it. My name's inscribed on it, by the way, with minor illusion.
Property of...
No. Please, let's just be done with this and move on.
I have no idea what this is. What's going on? What is the shell?
It's dangerous to talk of such things while we are within the
We're in a
grasp
forest at
of
the
the
edge of the
queen.
camp. She's busy. Trust me. She ain't want nothing to do with the shell right now. She wouldn't have given it to us if she did.
Can you make a deception check for me, please, Kokoro?
Yeah.
He's looking at you when you hold it up as if you're going to blow into it. He's, "No."
Whoa. I was just polishing it.
And what would elicit that reaction, brother?
I'm going to step back a little bit. Look at him like,
Why were you so startled?
I'm going to put it in my coat and disappear the illusion and type my coat up.
He looks around and says, "You're all fools. You're all complete and utter fools. You don't see it, do you? You don't see it. We've lost already. The only way to come out of this alive is to align ourselves with the necromancer."
Brother, your words are nonsensical. Do you not remember the actions of our ancestor?
Our ancestor? You mean the one who entombed an innocent young child into a tree for 1,000 years?
He could not have known. None of them could have known.
No, it's too late for that anyway. The Spiritsong is gone, destroyed. You made sure of that, didn't you? When you put your own daughter ahead of the Dreamwood.
I did what I had to do.
How does he know that? Unless I missed that.
He's a spy.
Mhm.
God damn.
I immediately, when I hear that shit, because I probably thought that in my head, because I didn't know if I missed anything at the beginning.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have thought that because he's just mad.
Yeah, no, I immediately, I'm gonna unsettling words, but then I'm gonna this. So whatever his next saving throw is -4, and I'm gonna cast suggestion on him.
All right, what level spell is that?
2.
He counterspells it.
Bitch. Grab him! Olisar, grab him! Snake him both ways.
All
I'll
right.
say that out loud.
This is going to be a quick initiative roll between the 4 of you.
Ooh, spicy.
Oh my god. Holy 17. What is wrong with my family?
All right. Soto, you are the first to act. Philowan, he's about to cast another spell.
He's gonna just lunge forward and try to just put all his weight on him, like just tackle him.
All right. Go ahead and make an athletics check. All right. Philowan, somehow, in his deftness, he sees you coming, and you can see a different look in his eyes now. Almost a wild, desperate kind of look. And he sidesteps your lunge, avoids your grasp. Pokoro, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cast suggestion on him.
All right. He'll burn a second, third level spell slot and counter that.
Okay, I can do this all day. And bonus action, I am going to Bardic Ulusar and tell him, grab him.
All right. But before Ulusar can do anything at Philowan, it's his turn. And he just looks at you, Soto, and says, I'm sorry. I could have saved us all, but you've chosen the path of death. And he blinks out.
Oh my god.
What did he do?
He blinked out. He's gone.
He teleported?
Not in front of you anymore. That's all you can tell.
Okay.
And Ulusar is now standing there with his sword in his hand, looking around. Somebody mind telling me what the hell just happened?
Looks like your brother's a snake in more ways than one.
It is as Kokoro says, Philemon is a traitor, Ulusar. We cannot trust him.
Zar looks thoroughly and utterly confused.
Do something!
Back in the tent, Enid, you have just discovered what this is. You can see old Bog and the Queen starting to get a little cozy. Getting a little awkward in here now. Enid, what would you like to do once you've made this discovery? And Thadric is looking at you and says, what is it?
I'm gonna look at him and give him like a look. Like, follow along.
All right, he's nodding.
And I'm gonna take the conch and just go to the queen and say, this necromantic magic is just very hard to understand. I need to do more study on it to fully comprehend everything that's going on with it. Seems I'm interrupting something a little bit special for you. So if you'd allow, I can take this to my tent and do further research on it.
Yep, as she's fully engrossed in old Bog's charm. She says, oh, yes, take it, study it as you like.
And then I'll look at Harlow.
I will stand up because I'm just still sitting with them, strangely, awkwardly close now that everyone else had left, and straighten my outfit and turn to the queen and say, my gratitude for your earlier candor, esteemed majesty. In hopes my withdrawal will now be deemed appropriate, I bid you good eve. And I have cake all over my face. And I'm going to stomp out.
Incredible.
She looks back at your back as you retreat and says, "Oh, she's learning." So Thadric is going to leave the tent with you, Enid?
Yeah,
All right.
it was like a follow me, follow along.
All right. So all
More
of you
can be
leave.
discussed later.
All of you leave the tent. The three of you are standing at the edge of camp, wondering where the hell Philoan went, and Old Bog is having a good old party.
Somebody's having a good time.
He earned it. He works hard for his money.
And that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh,
Fate
God.
blind.
Oh man.
My sending's done.
In the middle of initiative combat thing?
But you guys, combat's over. Philoan's gone.
He poofed
He's-
out.
He blinked out of exist, like
Yeah.
he teleported?
Something.
There's so many ways you can blink out.
I know, but there's ways for me to pop invisibility out too.
Go ahead and make an
I'll get
Arcana
to
check
it.
to see if you
It's
can
not there.
understand the spell he was casting.
I would love to try to do that with my
All right.
brain.
It was magic-y stuff.
to a nat 20.
Dude.
Magic-y stuff, and he went poof. All right,
Son of a
guys.
bitch.
That's what we'll end tonight, and we'll see you all in a couple of weeks, guys.